And today I'm going to start off with a short story from ICSE, that is class 10. And the story is my greatest Olympic prize. And I know most of you know the story, the students who have already read it, but there are new students who would really be wanting to know what exactly it is. It is written by Jesse Owens. So before I start with the story, I'm going to tell you a little about Jesse Owens. Who exactly was Jesse Owens? Jesse Owens was the greatest athlete of America. He was black, he was an Afro-American, you can call it. So I'll tell you, I'll read out little things about Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens, the son of a sharecropper and a grandson of a slave, achieved with what no Olympian before him had accomplished. Actually, Jesse Owens was a farmer's son, and his family was from the slave family. As I already told you, Afro-Americans. So generally, Africans used to be slaves in America. Got it? His stunning achievement of 4 gold medals at the 1936 Olympic Games in Berlin has made him the best remembered athlete in Olympic history. So this story is entirely about how Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. And if you remember 1936, then you might be remembering Adolf Hitler also. So these Olympic Games were held in Germany, and very much Adolf Hitler was present out there. So I'll tell you a little about what Hitler's philosophy was during these 1936 Berlin Olympics. Hitler had spread the myth that an ethnic group was superior to all the others and refused to acknowledge that a black man could ever be successful. Actually, Hitler had spread a philosophy that there are few athletes, he has a few athletes who are very good, and they are from a very superior quality, that of the Aryan race, and they are better than everyone. This was just a rumor that had been spread during the 1936 Olympics. This rumor was mainly to, you can call it, to demoralize the other athletes so that they could feel inferior to others. So let's read further. The affected African American track and field athlete Jesse Owens so badly that he almost failed to qualify for the long jump finals. The situation seemed hopeless until his rival Luz Long, a German athlete, spoke to him encouragingly, giving Owens a tip that helped him to qualify. Actually, when Jesse Owens went to take part in these 1936 Olympics, he made a very good friend. There was a German athlete out there, his name was Luz Long. And Jesse Owens became a very good friend with Luz Long. So the story is all about Jesse Owens and Luz Long. So let's get to the story now. My greatest Olympic prize by Jesse Owens. It was the summer of 1936. The Olympic Games were being held in Berlin. As I've already told you, it was the year 1936, summer of 1936. And Olympic Games were being held in Berlin. 1936 के गर्मियों के दिन थे और Olympic Games होने वाले थे बर्लिन में. Because Hitler childishly insisted that his performers were members of a master race, nationalistic feelings were at an all-time high. Hitler had spread this news that there were certain athletes or certain performers who were from a master race. Master race is what you call the Aryan race. So everybody wanted to see those athletes, and the feelings and the emotions were high. Who are these athletes? कौन है ये athlete? Superior race के जो हमसे अच्छे हैं. Everybody wanted to see them. I wasn't too worried about all this. I trained, sweated, and disciplined myself for 6 years with the games in mind. Actually, the storyteller is Jesse Owens itself. So he claims to say, I wasn't worried about all this. मैं इन सब चीजों के लिए परेशान नहीं था. He wasn't worried at all. I trained, sweated, and disciplined myself for 6 years. He says that he had trained for 6 years. He had sweated out, खूब पसीना आया था, and he had made himself disciplined in the 6 years of his training, just keeping the games in mind. उसके दिमाग में सिर्फ एक ही चीज थी, Olympic Games, Olympic Games, Olympic Games. That's it. While I was going over on the boat, all I could think about was taking home one or two of those gold medals. He says that when he was going there and he was on the boat, the only thought that was in his mind was how to win those gold medals, only gold medals. I had my eye especially on the running broad jump, and his main event was the broad jump. So his aim was how to get a gold medal in the broad jump. A year before, as a sophomore at Ohio State University, I had set the world's record of 26 feet 8 by 1/4 inches. He said when he was a learner or a beginner, whatever, or a trainer, and he was training at the Ohio State University, he had already set a world record of 26 feet 8 1/4 of an inch. Everyone kind of expected me to win that Olympic event hands down. सब यही सोचते थे जो उसको जानते थे जेसी ओवेंस को. Everybody who knew Jesse Owens knew that he would easily break the record and win the gold medal of broad jump. I was in for a surprise. When the time came for the broad jump trials, I was startled to see a tall boy hitting the pit at almost 26 feet on his practice runs. लेकिन जब जेसी ओवेंस उस ओलंपिक्स में पार्ट लेने गया, when he went there, was surprised. He was very surprised. He said, because there was a person already out there who was, about to participate in those broad jumps, and he was there for trials, who was also jumping 26 feet. He was also jumping. So Jesse Owens was also surprised to see. He turned out to be a German named Luz Long. As I already told you, German athlete Luz Long. He was also a very good athlete, and he was also jumping 26 feet plus. I was told that Hitler had kept him under wraps, evidently hoping to win the jump with him. And it was famous out there that Hitler had kept a few athletes, quietly so they would come out and perform. Luz Long was one of them. One surprise that Hitler had kept. I guessed that if Long won, it would add some new support to Nazis' Aryan superiority theory. What Jesse Owens thought, that if Luz Long won the broad jump race, then the thoughts that Hitler had of his Aryan superiority theory would get a boost. Now I'm going to tell you what is Aryan superiority theory. Aryans were the first, as a lot of people say. So Hitler believed that they were Aryans and they were much superior to other people. So this is how it is known as Aryan superiority theory. After all, I am a Negro, and Hitler thought that he is an Afro-American Negro. Negro, you understand? Negro, a black man. A little hot under the collar about Hitler's ways, I determined to go out there and really show the Führer and his master race who was superior and who wasn't. He was very angry. He was very angry with the thought of Aryan superiority theory. And he was hell-bent, adamant that I'm going to go there and I'm going to defeat everybody. I'm going to win these gold medals. I mean, I'm going to prove it to Hitler also that I am the best, or we are the best. An angry athlete is an athlete who will make mistakes, and any coach will tell you. I was no exception. And then the saying that a person or an athlete who is angry tends to make more mistakes than normal. And he was also very angry. On the first of my 3 qualifying jumps, I leaped from several inches beyond the takeoff board for a foul. He said during his qualifiers when he was jumping a few feet, or you could call it a little beyond the takeoff board. That takeoff board, he was jumping a little ahead of that. So he was, fouling, or he had done a few fouls. On the second jump, I fouled even worse. And on the second jump, again he fouled. Did I come 3,000 miles for this? Jesse Owens thought to himself and said, क्या मैं 3,000 मील इसीलिए आया हूँ ये सब गलतियाँ करने के लिए? I have come 3,000 miles to do these mistakes. I thought bitterly to foul out of the trials and make a fool of myself. He thought, ऐसा ना हो कि मैं इतनी दूर से ट्रेनिंग लेने आया हूँ, I have come so far 3,000 miles to win gold medal and I will not even qualify and make a fool out of myself. उसने सोचा हो सकता मैं क्वालिफाई ना करूँ तो मैं बिल्कुल बेवकूफ़ मेरे को माना जाएगा. This is the translation in Hindi. Walking a few yards from the pit, I kicked disgustedly at the dirt. मुझे बहुत गुस्से में था. He was very angry because he couldn't qualify. So he was hitting the pit. You understand the pit? Pit is a place on which you jump during your broad jumps. And he was kicking the pit. Suddenly I felt a hand on my shoulder. उसको एकदम से एहसास हुआ कि किसी ने उसके कंधे पे हाथ रखा है. Somebody kept his hand on his shoulder. I turned to look into the friendly blue eyes of a tall German broad jumper. And when Jesse Owens turned around to see who exactly it was a blue-eyed, tall German broad jumper. That was Lewis Long. He had easily qualified for the finals on his first attempt, and Lewis Long had already qualified in the first attempt. वो पहली बार में ही जंप में ही वो क्वालिफाई हो चुका. He offered me a firm handshake. उसने आगे हाथ बढ़ाया Lewis Long ने और हाथ मिलाया. Jesse Owens, I am Lewis Long. I don't think we've met. Lewis Long ने कहा Jesse Owens, मैं Lewis Long हूँ और हमें नहीं लगता कि हम पहले कभी मिले. He spoke English well, though with a German twist. English अच्छी बोल रहा था, लेकिन उसमें एक German accent था. We'll talk about accents later. तो उसमें एक German accent था जैसे वो English बात कर रहा था. उसकी English भी अच्छी थी. Glad to meet you, I said. Then trying to hide my nervousness, I added, how are you? क्योंकि जैसे ओवंस क्वालिफाई नहीं कर पाया था, वो थोड़ा सा नर्वस था और उसने बोला कि हाँ मैं आपसे मिलकर खुश हूँ. Glad to meet you. और फिर उसने बोला how are you? आप कैसे हैं? I am fine. बोला Lewis Long ने मैं ठीक हूँ. The question is how are you? Question ये है कि तुम कैसे हो? तो उसने कहा what do you mean? I asked. जैसे ओवंस ने कहा क्या मतलब है आपको? What do you mean? Something must be eating you, he said. Lewis Long ने कहा कि कोई ऐसी चीज लगता है जैसे आपको खाई जा रही है, आप परेशान हो, you are troubled, you are thinking something, you are nervous. He said, the proud the way foreigners are when they have mastered a bit of American slang, you should be able to qualify with your eyes closed. उसने कहा कि बड़ा अच्छा लगता है जब बाहर से लोग आते हैं फॉरेनर्स और वो अमेरिकन इंग्लिश को अडैप्ट कर लेते हैं, उनका स्लैंग, उनके बात करने का एक्सेंट, वो सब अडैप्ट करके बिल्कुल अमेरिकन लोगों की तरह बात करने की कोशिश करते हैं. यू शुड बी एबल टू क्वालिफाई विद योर आईज क्लोज. उनको तो आँख बंद करके क्वालिफाई हो जाना चाहिए. बिलीव मी, आई नो इट, आई टोल्ड हिम, एंड इट फेल्ट गुड टू से दैट टू समवन. उसने कहा विश्वास करो मेरा. तो जैसे उन्होंने कहा हाँ मुझे मालूम है. एंड इट फेल्ट गुड टू से दैट टू समवन. और बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब आप बात किसी से कहें कि आप क्वालिफाई हो सकते हैं. आप नर्वस हैं, अगर आप अच्छी तरह ट्राई करेंगे तो आप क्वालिफाई कर सकते हैं. फॉर द नेक्स्ट फ्यू मिनट्स वी टॉक टुगेदर. कुछ मिनटों के लिए हम दोनों आपस में बातें करें. I didn't tell Long what was eating me, but he seemed to understand my anger, and he took pains to reassure me. उसने जैसे वो कहता है कि मैंने Long को कभी नहीं बताया कि मेरे को अंदर क्या खाया जा रहा था. What was eating me? But he seemed to understand my anger. लेकिन Lewis Long उसके गुस्से को समझ सकता था. Lewis Long was a very understanding man and a great athlete, so he understood why Jesse Owens was angry. और वो पूरी कोशिश कर रहा था Lewis Long कि जैसे ओवंस के गुस्से को शांत करो और उसको अश्योरेंस दो कि तुम कर सकते हो. Although he'd been schooled in the Nazi youth movement, he didn't believe in the Aryan supremacy business any more than I did. Lewis Long जिंदगी भर वहीं का पड़ा हुआ था, नाजी यूथ मूवमेंट में उसने हिस्सा लिया था, लेकिन वो कभी भी हिटलर की आर्यन सुपीरियरिटी थ्योरी पे विश्वास नहीं करता था. जैसे कि मैं था, जैसे वो अपने लिए बोल रहा, वैसे ही Lewis Long वो सुपीरियरिटी थ्योरी में विश्वास नहीं करता. We laughed over the fact that he really looked the part though. हम लोग ने एक दूसरे के साथ काफी अच्छा समय बिताया, एक दूसरे से हंसी मजाक किया. An inch taller than I, he had a lean, muscular frame, clear blue eyes. वो लगभग मेरे से 1 इंच बड़ा होगा, lean था, पतला दुबला, muscular था, muscles थे उसके, clear blue eyes, उसकी आंखें बहुत नीली थी, blonde hair, उसके बाल सुनहरे थे, और and a strikingly handsome chiseled face. बहुत handsome लड़का था और उसका नक्श और कट चेहरे की, जिसको कहते हैं चिजल्ड फेस, यू नो चिजल्ड, बहुत अच्छे थे नक्श। फाइनली seeing that I had calmed down somewhat, he pointed to the takeoff port. जब मैं थोड़ा सा ठंडा हो गया, when I had calmed, Jesse Owens claimed to say, when he had calmed, Jesse Owens went to him and pointed at the takeoff board. He bore our takeoff board. Look, he said, so कहा, why don't you draw a line a few inches in back of the board and aim at making your takeoff from there? लोग ने सीखा कि देखो, आप इस समय यहाँ से कूद रहे हैं, आपको यहाँ से कूदना है, तो आप थोड़ी गलती कर रहे हो, यहाँ से कूद रहे हो, यहाँ से कूद के आप गलती कर रहे हो, इसलिए डिस्क्वालीफाई हो जाएगा। ऐसा करो, ये टेक ऑफ बोर्ड से थोड़ा पहले एक लाइन बना, आप यू अंडरस्टैंड नाउ, ये टेक ऑफ बोर्ड है, वो पहले यहाँ से कूद रहा था, फाउल कर रहा था, तो उसने कहा ये बोर्ड है, इससे पहले एक लाइन बना लो और वहाँ से टेक ऑफ करो, क्योंकि अगर आज आपको सिर्फ क्वालिफाई होना है, मेडल तो आप कल भी जीत सकते हो, सिर्फ आज क्वालिफाई होने के लिए। Look, he said, why don't you draw a line a few inches in back of the board and aim at making your takeoff from there? एक लाइन पहले खींच लो, वहाँ से कूदो। You'll be sure not to foul and you certainly ought to jump far enough to qualify. और लुजराव ने कहा, मुझे मालूम है कि तुम गलती नहीं करोगे, फाउल भी नहीं करोगे और क्वालिफाई भी नहीं। What does it matter if you're not first in the trials? Tomorrow is what counts. देखा क्या, इससे क्या मतलब होता है कि अगर तुम्हारे फर्स्ट नहीं आए ट्रायल्स में, कोई चीज मानी जाएगी तो वो कल मानी जाएगी जब आपको मेडल जीतना हो। आज सिर्फ आप क्वालिफाई हो जाएंगे, मेडल तो आप कल भी जीत सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट पेज। Suddenly all the tension seemed to ebb out of my body as the truth of what he said hit me. एकदम से जेसी ओवेंस के दिमाग से, शरीर से सारा टेंशन निकल गया और उसको वो सच्चाई समझ में आने लगी जो लुजराव ने उसको बताई। Confidently, I drew a line full foot in back of the board and proceeded to jump from there. फिर उसने confidently बोर्ड से थोड़ा पहले एक लाइन बनाई और वहां से जंप लेने की तैयारी की। I qualified with almost a foot to spare. उसने वहां से जंप लगाई और वो क्वालिफाई कर गया। That night, I walked over to Luz Long's room in the Olympic Village to thank him. उसी दिन रात में जेसी ओवेंस जहाँ पे एथलीट्स खेलते हैं उस ओलंपिक विलेज में गया, लुज लॉन्ग का धन्यवाद करने, उसको शुक्रिया करने, उसके साथ बैठ कर बात करने। I knew that if he hadn't been for him, I would probably would be jumping in the finals the following day. क्योंकि जेसी ओवेंस बहुत अच्छी तरह जान रहा था कि अगर उसने लुज लॉन्ग की एडवाइस नहीं मानी होती और वो क्वालिफाई नहीं कर पाया होता तो शायद वो यहाँ नहीं होता, जा चुका होता। अगर क्वालिफाई नहीं करता तो जेसी ओवेंस को वापस जाना पड़ता। We sat in his quarters and talked for 2 hours. मैं जेसी ओवेंस के घर में बैठ के उसके साथ मैंने 2 घंटे तक बातें की अबाउट ट्रैक एंड फील्ड, ट्रैक कैसे होते हैं, कैसे दौड़ा जाता है, फील्ड कैसी होती है, ourselves, the world situation, a dozen other things. उन्होंने दुनिया के बारे में बात करी, अपने बारे में बात करी, परिवार के बारे में बात करी और भी बहुत सी चीजें। When I finally got up to leave, we both knew that a real friendship had been formed. जैसे वो कहता है कि जब मैं जाने वाला था, when he was about to go, वो ये समझ गया था कि उसमें और लुजराव में एक अच्छी बॉन्डिंग हो गई है और अब वो अच्छे दोस्त बन गए। Luz would go out to the field the next day trying to beat me for football. मुझे ये भी मालूम था कि कल मेडल्स में लुज मुझे कोई भी कसर नहीं छोड़ेगा हराने की, और वो जाएगा जरूर, जंप मारेगा जरूर, मुझे हराने की वो पूरी कोशिश करेगा। But I knew that he wanted me to do the best, even if that meant my winning. लेकिन लुज लॉन्ग ये भी चाहता था कि मैं भी अच्छा करूं, जैसे वो सबके लिए बोल रहा है कि लुज लॉन्ग ये भी चाहता था कि मैं भी अच्छा करूं और मैं भी जीत सकता हूं। तो उसने मुझे भी ट्रेन इसीलिए किया था, उसने मुझे भी एडवाइस अच्छा किया था, जैसे वो इसलिए सोच रहा था। As it turned out, Luz broke his own past record, और ऐसा ही हुआ। अगले दिन लुज ने अपना पुराना रिकॉर्ड भी कूदने में तोड़ दिया। In doing so, ये करने में he pushed me to the peak performance, और जब लुज लॉन्ग ने वो रिकॉर्ड तोड़ा तो मेरे लिए एक चैलेंज हो गया था कि अब ये मुझे तोड़ना ही है, ये रिकॉर्ड तोड़ के ही मैं गोल्ड मेडल जीत पाऊंगा, मेरे लिए इसके अलावा कोई भी रास्ता नहीं है। मुझे ये लुज लॉन्ग का रिकॉर्ड तोड़ना ही पड़ेगा. I will have to break this record if I need to get a medal. I remember that at the instant I landed from my final jump, the one which set the Olympic record of 26 feet 5 1/16 inches, he was at my side. अब मुझे आज भी याद है जब मैं कूद के अपना फाइनल जंप, मेरी आखिरी कूद थी, जब मैंने कूदा और मेरा रिकॉर्ड था 26 feet 5.5116 inches, तो लुज लॉन्ग मेरे पास आया, मुझे कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करना. Despite the fact that Hitler glared at us from the stands, not 100 yards away, इस बात की चिंता किए बिना कि 100 गज की दूरी में हिटलर बैठे थे स्टैंड में और वो उसको घूर के देख रहे थे. और हिटलर के बारे में आप लोग सब जानते हैं. लुज shook my hand hard. लुज ने मेरा हाथ कस के लाया और मुझे कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट किया. And it wasn't fake. Smile with a broken heart, sort of a grip either. और वो स्माइल, उसकी खुशी वो नकली नहीं थी कि वो हार गया. उसके हाथ मिलाने में, उसकी मुस्कुराहट में एक खुशी भी थी क्योंकि वो हार भी गया था, लेकिन वो अंदर से उसकी ऐसी कोई भी फीलिंग नहीं आ रही. And he shook my hand firmly. So you can melt down all the gold medals and cups I have, and there couldn't be a plating on the 24-carat friendship. मेरे पास जितना भी गोल्ड मेडल्स हैं उन सबको पिघला दो, लेकिन जो दोस्ती थी हमारी वो 24 कैरेट की थी, वो सोने से ज्यादा थी जो मैंने जीता. I felt for long at that moment. मुझे लॉन्ग के लिए थोड़ा सा दिल में बुरा जरूर लगा, जैसे ओवेंस करते हैं. I realized then too that Luz Long was the epitome of what Pierre Coubertin, founder of the modern Olympics, must have had in mind when he said. एकदम से उसको रियलाइज हुआ कि जो ओलंपिक्स के फाउंडर थे पियरे कॉबर्टिन, उन्होंने कुछ शब्द बोले थे और वो शब्द लुज लॉन्ग बिल्कुल फिट बैठते थे. वो ऐसे शब्द हैं जो मैं आपको बताने जा रहा हूँ, जो जैसे ओवन सोचता था कि ये शब्द सिर्फ लुज लॉन्ग के लिए ही बने हैं, उस पर फिट करते हैं. These words were meant only for Jesse Owens said for Luz Long. The important thing in Olympic Games is not winning but taking part. Olympics में जीतना जरूरी नहीं है, हिस्सा लेना जरूरी है. It is very important to take part. Winning is not everything in life. Students, winning is not everything in life. Taking part is everything in life. The essential thing in life is not conquering but fighting well. He claims to say that conquering is not everything. आप लोग देशों पर कब्जा कर लेते हैं ना. Conquering is not everything. Fighting well so that you can tell your conscience, okay, I lost also but I fought well. So I hope now you have understood the story, and if you have any questions, you can send your feedbacks and I will get back to you. Your Harry sir. Students, I would like to share something with you. If you need any kind of help, it can be any kind, personal, academic, relating to school or anything, feel free to call Harry sir. I am always there 24/7 in Infant India International. I am always here. Feel free to contact me. Take care, stay home, stay blessed.